And I said, make her hair blonde. So let's see what happens. Boom. And very, very well done. I am a fan. What's up, everybody? Welcome to My Scale POD. I'm Jose, and today's video is about this new AI called Nano Banana. I don't usually do these videos because every time there's a new AI, it's not really that interesting. It's like they just call it something different, and it does the same thing. So it never really excites me, but this case is different. This Nano Banana thing is everything they say it is, but I haven't seen anybody testing it for print on demand yet. So since it came out, I've been using it nonstop. Like, this is definitely different than everything else that I've seen coming out lately, and I love this thing, and I hope y'all do too. I haven't seen anybody really talk about what it does for POD, and you know, I'm not the greatest to do this maybe, so I hope to see other videos about this, but for now, I want to show you why it excited me so much. It does very great for photography, and it has some really cool things it can do for us in print on demand as well. So I could show you better than I could tell you. Let's go in. All right, now usually there are rate limits on this model, but I'm gonna show you a little trick where you're not gonna have to worry about that. All right, so there's 3 different ways, first of all, in order to use this. The first one is Gemini, which is the main AI that it actually comes from, and then you see on the top left it says 2.5 flash. You just hit create images, and there you go. Now this will have a limit, and it will eventually stop you from using it. Then you could come over to Google AI Studio. Google AI Studio, you come here, it says Gemini native image. You click on that. You see on the right, it says Gemini 2.5 flash image preview. That, once again, is the same model, Nano Banana. Now, this one I think will give you the most usage, but I'm not sure up to how much. And then the third way is lmarena.ai. This is a way to use any model image for free, and they happen to have this model as well. And when you come here to LMArena, the first thing you do, I forget this too, everyone forgets this. First, you have to click on generate image. Otherwise, you cannot reach the model. Once you hit generate image, that little blue button pops up. Now up there, you see Gemini 2.5 flash image preview. And that's how you use it here. And if you want to do it side by side, you could compare it to another model. Now, if you run out of limits here and everywhere, here's a little trick. Don't tell nobody I told you, but all you got to do is open in an incognito window another LMArena AI. And just like that, you'll be able to do it all over again from scratch. You hit another rate limit, just go into another incognito window. All right, so let's start with an image like this one. This is a nice, cool mock-up. Let's just bring it in here and say, you know, show me this image with the woman facing sideways. Now we're going to see if we could get the same woman in the same room, just looking in a different direction. That's what this is supposed to be very good at. And there it is. Wow, look at that. Look, it's the same person. The room is the same. Everything is the same. But now she's facing sideways. Make her sit down instead. 10 seconds, and look at that. In the same t-shirt, she got the piece on, but now she's sitting down. Make it nighttime in the photo with some nice low lighting. It's taking about 10-second generations, all right? Look at that. So now the room, look at this. It's darker room. She got candles lit. She got some lights in the background. That looks real. All right, let's see if we can make her a redhead. Boom. And now she's a redhead. All right, let's make her room look like full Christmas time. So let's see it now. What's cool, imagine you could take a mock-up, and in 1 second, it gets the exact same person, exact same shirt, nothing changes, and now you're going to get a nice Christmas mock-up. Look at that. And now she's in Christmas. Now, obviously, it doesn't match too much because it's not a Christmas shirt, but take her in a boho environment, more in a beach town. See what happens. Boom. Look at that. That's good. I mean, come on. Is it just me? That looks like a real photo. Make her t-shirt brown. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Look at that. From this to this. Is that everything exactly the same? Now, obviously, right here, it's a little messed up. It doesn't look, you know, too well. But, I mean, forget that for now. I mean, look how beautiful that is. She now has a t-shirt the color that you want it to be. Now let's see if it'll at least take the phone out and we can just see what her face looks like. Now it's got to think a little bit longer. It's going more to 20 seconds now. So I think it has to think a lot more, and it has to process a lot more information to figure out what it's going to do. It's a little more difficult task this time. And look at that. Everything's the same on the t-shirt, I believe. No, look, they put more hair over her so that it's actually changing slightly, but the design is the same. See, before that hair was not over the G. Right? See, it actually changed her hair and put the hair over the letter G and O. This stuff is next level. Okay, look at that. She is now in a room that is Halloween decorated. So you can easily put a mock up, change the season. This is cool stuff. It's so easy to do and so fast. Boom. And look at that. She has like this brown leather jacket on. The shirt looks exactly the same. Her hands are exactly the same. She's just now wearing a brown jacket. And look at that. I mean, it's a tight hoodie, but you could argue it's a hoodie. Okay, reach the rate limit. So we're just going to go over here to AI Studio, make her shirt into a tank top. Let's see what happens. Okay, and we got, yeah, it's tank top enough, right? You see her arms, pretty good. Not bad. It's like, you know, more of like the muscle top, what you call it or whatever. But hey, as you can see, it definitely did a good job of it. It's a certain style of tank top, right? You got more of the wide thing going on. All right, so let's see if we could get this picture right here and have her wear a leather jacket instead of what she has on now. Boom. And you still have the same t-shirt, same exact t-shirt, right? They didn't change anything on the shirt, but now she's wearing a jacket. All right, that's pretty cool. Zoom out on the photograph. Wow. Look at that. Now you got the whole person. T-shirt still looks the same. Nothing changed. And now you got the full thing going on. So let's make her a witch at a Halloween party, but with the same t-shirt. Boom. And look at that. I mean, I still have a problem with the, you know, it doesn't blend it in too well. So the photo itself doesn't look, the background I don't think looks very realistic, but I mean, look at her, right? Look how easily you just turned this into a Halloween mock-up. Let's try something out. Let's see if we could put an outfit on her. Okay, this should be interesting, right? All right, she's holding the jeans, and but look, but it put the hat and the sweater on her. That's wow. Now I don't know what happened with the jeans. That's a little mistake, but look at this. Is that the sweater and that's the hat? That's the sweater, right? Okay, it's not exactly. No. It got the sweater a little wrong, but still, that was pretty good attempt. I'm still a little bit impressed. All right, here's more of like a full body mock-up. Okay, let's try this. So here we see, this is what we got going on. We got this guy and this outfit. Here's the outfit. A checkered button up, some nice white sneakers, dark blue, got a watch, got glasses. And this is the guy. All right. And look at that. Whoa. Okay, the glasses are in his pocket. That shirt is is it the same? It's the same shirt. And look at the watch. The watch is there. He got the white tee on. There's those the blue jeans. Those are the jeans. It's the white button. Let me see. Okay, you can't see the button, but yeah, these are the jeans. That's crazy. All right, let's see if we could keep dressing him and put a winter coat on him now. Just any winter coat. They could come up with one. Wow. Look at that. That's impressive. This thing can do anything. The watch is still there. Look how the jacket is just so realistic. Can it generate him looking somewhere else? Wow. And look at that. That is wild. It got the side view of him. See if we could have him sitting in the chair. Okay, it didn't use the chair that I wanted it to use, but it still found the chair. And he's sitting in the chair now. All right, since he's in a chair, let's change the environment to a movie theater and see what happens. I thought it was going to use that picture, but look what it did. Look what it did. It still took a whole new perspective, a whole new direction. And now we're looking at him from behind the chair and he's eating popcorn and he's smiling. He got the same smile. He's an empty theater. This is crazy. People are saying they're deleting Photoshop after this. I mean, this is pretty impressive. All right, you know we got to try this classic mock-up, the mock-up that everyone has seen on Etsy. Will it make this shirt into a hoodie? Let's find out. Oh, wow. I mean, that's flawless. Look, the design has not changed whatsoever. She now has on a hoodie instead of a t-shirt. If we want it to be a tank top now. Oh, wow. They just generated her arms, and that looks like it's a tank top. Right? I mean, this is crazy. Kept the design exactly the same. Put a bedroom behind her. Boom. And there is her in her bedroom with the tank top. That is really, really awesome. Now let's see if we can have her turn around so we can look at the back of the shirt. Wow. Great, great job. Look at that. Look at that. That's pretty good. See if we could put this t-shirt and see if it's going to put it on her and if it's going to look realistic. Oh, it made it into a tank top. But look at that. Wow. So it automatically says she had a tank top on. It kept it as a tank top. And now look, she now has this merch t-shirt on here. I'm so like, I probably will end up paying for this to get unlimited, images. This is too good. Let's mess with Philip Anders a little bit. Put this guy wearing this t-shirt. Let's find out. And there it is. Will you look at that? Pretty good. This is Philip wearing his easily distracted by wieners t-shirt. Make him into the Pizza King. We're going to make you the Pizza King. I don't know what that means, but we're about to do it. We're about to see Philip Anders, the Pizza King. Look at the pepperoni on the crown with the green peppers and mushroom. Got a pan pizza, and that's what I'm talking about. Ooh, okay. What's up, Adam? Adam Young as the Taco King. Shout out to my merch mastermind people. He got a shell crown. He got cheese on his cape there. We got some avocados. Do myself as well. How about me as the Carrot King? So look at that. They gave me a carrot crown made of carrots. I got a castle with a bunch of carrot style, these little carrot people. Yo, wait a minute. I literally have a carrot diamond ring. I got a charm with a carrot on it. This is me as the Carrot King. Let's put me dancing. Wow. Look at my moves. Look at the way I'm moving. That's how I really dance, y'all. That's how I really look when I dance. Yo, don't mess with my dance moves. I'll outdance any one of you. Juna Duncan, Detour Shirts Magazine. The year is 2030, and he's over there doing it big mogul. Do the Corgi King, so I had to do it. Look at Juna, the Corgi King. He got the Corgi necklace on with the Corgi charm, the Corgi stick, and the Corgis are all worship him because he is indeed the Corgi King. Jay's Way. Shout out to Jay's Way School Group. This is Jay D'Souza about 10 years from now as a huge mogul. He also did it. I knew he was on his way. I mean, look at him. He's on the front of this magazine cover. Jay, can I borrow some money? So here's a pro tip. I put these faces individually, right? I got Jay, Adam, Philip, and Juna. So I put these guys having fun at a party, right? Now, what ends up happening is this. I didn't really get anyone almost as if it's not a good generator. We know this is a really good thing. It just tends to have a hard time with so many different faces. So there's a little workaround to that what you can do is you put them on the same image, right? So I got the 4 faces. I put them all on the same image, the exact same prompt. But now look at this. Boom. Way better, right? This is all their faces. They're having fun at a party. Same exact prompt. But by putting it on that same image, it will give you a better result. So just something to think about when you want to try to do these remixes with a lot of different elements. Put them, if you have a problem, put them in one image and then try again. Nothing's guaranteed, but it could really help out. Because ChatGPT has gotten horrible lately. I'm not even going to waste my time. It has been so bad, especially with image generation, that I don't understand. It's really not doing well. So I'm going to use Ideogram versus Nano Banana right here. So let's just put a simple prompt that is text-based. Okay, LM Arena have reached the limit. So what are we going to do? Let's do incognito mode. All right, so I'm going to hit enter. I'm going to agree because it's my first time using it. Gemini put actual t-shirts, while Ideogram actually did a real good job on it. The word t-shirt, because Nano Banana is not trained on t-shirt designs, is probably the biggest thing. So when it sees the word t-shirt, it's going to actually put a t-shirt in there. Let's see if I could get rid of the word t-shirt. That's one of the biggest issues with Nano Banana. The minute it sees t-shirt, it just makes a t-shirt. It doesn't still understand. Okay, this is interesting. So what happens here is I think, it doesn't understand language because it's not trained on t-shirts. I think that's going to be one of the biggest obstacles that you have using this. So in this case, it actually did a better job. And this is Ideogram. Ideogram usually does way better job than that. See, it still kind of went for more, you know, it is a good t-shirt design, but I see they like complexity. I don't want it to do very complex stuff. Simple is better, clearly. But in this case, it won. In this case, Ideogram definitely understood the assignment way better. Once again, what's happening with Nano Banana is it's not bad, right? It just doesn't do the t-shirt style as well. Here, Ideogram messed up with a leg, but Ideogram definitely understands the t-shirt style way better. And I've had a feeling that they just train this on t-shirt designs even a little bit. Interesting. This one, I think, takes it overall because of the text, even though I wish this would have been a different color here. Even though I do think this is capable of, you know, doing some good stuff, probably be more targeted towards the style that it has. All right, Ideogram takes it again. You know, once again, Ideogram, it's definitely hard to beat. Compared side by side, Ideogram is a clear winner here. All right, so here we go. So once again, like, it's not that it's bad. It's just too complicated. It's doing too much. It doesn't really understand, you know, what we're trying to go for. And once again, Ideogram, it's just way better. It just knows t-shirt design. Ideogram is better. So here's the thing. I don't think you got to keep going. I think the consensus is very simple. Once you just do a few, I'm sure you can get something good out of it. But when you compare it to what's top, like, I don't have time to hope something's better. Ideogram is still going to be king for t-shirt designs, I think. But what about remixes? How about that? Ideogram cannot do remixes. So for that one, let's go ahead and compare it to ChatGPT, right? So ChatGPT is one of these, GPT image 1. All right, so here we go, because ChatGPT can actually remix images. So now let's take the image we just made, change the sun into a happy ghost for Halloween. So this did that in about 15 seconds, something like that, and ChatGPT is still going. It went from that to that. Everything's the same. And look, y'all, I think this is very clear at who's better at this point. Comes to remixing, we might have something going here. Let's try something else. So we're going to try remixing stuff now. So if you got your own t-shirt designs, how easily can you make variations and stuff, right? So remixing, we know what's good with remixing photos. Seen it's good with this one. It turned that sun into a ghost pretty nicely, kept a lot of the same features, changed this into an axolotl. All right. And look at that. Hey, that is pretty good. And look at ChatGPT. Right, ChatGPT didn't do bad either. I would have used both of these personally. All right, let's take one of the best sellers on Amazon right now and say, turn this into a Christmas style design. By the way, fair warning, do not upload stuff that you're having fun with. It can still be called copyright infringement. You don't know if the design was AI or not. If a design is not using AI and you copy it using this system, and it's going to do a lot of P for P. Remember, this new AI, it's not making a new generation. It's keeping a lot of those same pixels. So that changes things a lot. If you're taking pixel for pixel stuff, it is copyright infringement. If it's not an AI image, I don't know what way you would know if it's AI image. Some stuff looks AI, it isn't. Boom. And look. All right, now remember that P for P stuff, right? It kept the same pixels for a lot of it and just put a little Santa hat on him. So that would be P for P, y'all. Just saying, this is fun to do. But when it comes to uploading, you got to be very careful with this stuff. All right. You're going to be infringing. It's literally didn't do anything different other than put a Santa hat on him. So just because, you know, usually you go to Ideogram, you make a copy, you upload. But if anybody had any human authorship in this and you uploaded this like this, that is 100% copyright infringement and it, you know, risking your account. So be very careful. I want you to have fun, but don't get in trouble. It's not worth it. All right. Learn what you can and then figure out how to make it your own. And ChatGPT did what normally we see because of the P for P thing. I mean, this one clearly is better, but if you wanted to use one, use this one. This one would make a lot more sense. But overall, as far as getting what we wanted, this left is definitely better. Let's see if it could turn this into a vector. In this case, ChatGPT actually made it like a whole different kind of design. I probably would go with the ChatGPT version in this case. This is a very high seller. So in this case, ChatGPT definitely did a better job, understood the assignment better. And I'm going to go ahead and say that it's better, but I'm done using ChatGPT. I'm sorry. I'm not going to wait 2 minutes when everything else can do it in 20 seconds. I actually canceled my ChatGPT subscription because since 5 came out, I know everybody's had a different experience, but me personally, it's just been horrible. I couldn't even create a GPT. That's how bad it was. You could turn this into a French bulldog. Today's priority, me. And look at that. That's great. I think it did a great job, kept everything nice and simple. That is awesome. I think this model is going to be very good for remixing. Let's see if it can turn this into a vampire. Okay, I'm not mad at it. Definitely not mad at it, right? Easy to remove the background. She's still got the skeleton arms. You can't be both. I would have never thought to do that, but now that I think of it, a vampire skeleton arms. Actually kind of cool in my opinion. I'm not mad at this at all. I think this is a great remix tool. I really like how fast it does it because I usually use ChatGPT, but ChatGPT takes 2 minutes. This takes 20 seconds. I'm done with ChatGPT. I'm not waiting 2 minutes when I could wait 20 seconds. So we got this one right here. And I got some messed up background removal, but let's see what it does. Is it going to nice and cleanly turn this into a Frankenstein type character? Let's find out. And look at that, right? I probably could have gave it more instruction. Remember, you could get way more detailed on this, right? I'm doing very broad, simple instructions. Spooky vibes. It says thick thighs and black in the back. Boom. Not bad at all. This is the exact same thing, except it changed her into a vampire. Definitely kept the legs, it kept the high heels, and just made a vampire. So I definitely think this is powerful for remixing. So we got this one, sparkle farts. You can't see the black text on there. Okay. And look at that. Very, very good. This is, you can't see the one on the original, but it's definitely the same. It definitely kept everything in the same location and changed the donkey to a goose. Every time you make a design, you can now, in 20 seconds, you can make variations. And there's a raccoon. Look how nice, that quick that was to do. Let's make it a vampire. Oh, it made the raccoon a vampire. That was pretty cool and easy. I love how fast this is. And look, giddy up, there it is. There's a unicorn, makes all the sense in the world. Let's see if we could change the text. And look at that. I sweat glitter and fart rainbows. All right, so I think it has its times where it does really well and it has its times where it doesn't. And once you get into the groove of what it does well, it's very effective and very fast. I know I'm going to be using this for sure, no question about it. Come on, 20 seconds. I love my 20 seconds. I think that I like that. I like that. I would probably work more on that and make an actual design out of it. That's pretty fun. So we've seen this design. This is a very, very high selling design. Let's just see if it can make a Christmas version of it. That's insane. It literally did it. Look, it put a wreath. It put a Santa hat. He got a little gift or something. He got a little bells, Santa hat, little stocking. He got reindeer ears. Look, Christmas lights on him. Wow. This is wild. But warning, this design looks like it had a lot of human authorship. If you were to upload this, that would be copyright infringement. Just be clear. This is very fun to do, but don't infringe. Don't lose your account over this stuff, okay? Just because it can do it doesn't mean it's legal to upload. All right, but look how amazing this came out. Change the sun, make it into a raccoon. I like it. I think that was pretty cool. I'm a fan. I just am. All right, let's change her into a French bulldog. All right, y'all. This one is good. Look at the French bulldog. It got the wink. It read the text and said, we're going to make a winking French bulldog with a human hand, make her hair blonde. So let's see what happens. Boom. And very, very well done. I am a fan. I'm a fan. What can I say? I think this is now the quickest way to do variations. Now, when I want to make several designs, I'll make my initial design, and then I will come here and just use strictly Nano Banana to make my variations. So for print on demand, when it comes to generating t-shirts, I still think Ideogram is king since ChatGPT has fallen off. And this is 100% the winner of remixing images. Nano Banana for the win. I hope you guys, got some value out of this. If you did, please like, subscribe. Stay tuned for the free giveaway. So for today's free giveaway, we have 23 folders here, and it's about 980 images, right? This is the classic ink stamp style that you've seen for many years. I like this because it's just so timeless, and they do work really well, at least in my opinion and in my experience. And these are all upscaled, background removed, but they are done in bulk. So if you're going to use any of this, just open it, make sure that, you know, there's no fragments or anything like that, depending on what you're going to do with it. You could do whatever you want with these. I don't care. Digitally sell them. Do whatever you want. And if you don't know how to get these, you got to sign up to the email list. That's how you get these in your email inbox. And if you've already signed up, then you already have these, and there will never be any spam or anything like that whatsoever. I just, you know, give away all this stuff because I got so much of it, and I, you know, like to do things in bulk, and I end up with things that I'm never going to use. And I think it's best to give them away here. As you can see, you got all kinds of animals. I guarantee if you go through this, you will find stuff that you like. I forgot which animals it was, but yeah, some stuff in here you may never use. Some stuff you don't even know what it is. But I'm not going to go through this and, you know, delete stuff. Some stuff is going to have mistakes. Make sure you look at everything all the time if you're going to use any of this. If you got any value out of this, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.